Hello everybody and welcome. We are back. This right around the country is NBL Overtime. Hashtag NBL Overtime to get involved. We're less than 2 weeks away from, again, a delayed season. So much has gone on, but hello to you. What a off-season it has been. United win a championship. Some of us get locked down. The Boomers win a medal. Gazy cries. We all cry. We don't know when the season's going to start. We wait. And all of a sudden we start to fire up and we find ourselves here only 10 days out from NBL 22. So much to get into. I'm going to bring in Liam Santamaria first. Hello to you, man. The Huddle, make sure you get it at NBL Socials. It has been huge. How you been?
I'm good, man. I've been good. I'm happy to have my man back in the house here. And I'm happy to be back in the studio.
Well,
another big year of NBL Overtime.
I didn't mention the two biggest things that happened. The second biggest. The Tasmania Jack Jumpers are a huge part of the NBL. We can't wait. I was going to go down there. I was going to go there for opening night.
They didn't want you.
Well, the state didn't want me. I think the Jack Jumpers might have allowed me a seat, but the state didn't want me until a little bit later on. But that's only number two. Mm-hmm. Do you know what number one is?
Talk to me.
Our man who went to the Olympics, tore it apart, then went back home. He was on fire. He bobs up on the front of the New York Times.
Unbelievable.
Look at this, man. For a New Yorker and everything you've done right across the world, where does this sit, man? And congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks for, I'm just glad to be back. This was special to me. It was a full circle moment. The NBA Players Union reached out and wanted me to host the refurbishment of Rucker Park. And those of you who don't know how special EBC, the tournament, and Rucker Park is to me, that basically changed my life. I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for that park and that EBC tournament. So to hold that honor to be the MC and the host, introducing these larger-than-life, almost mythical creatures, the Pee Wee Kirklands, Dr. J, Joe Hammond the Destroyer, you know what I mean? Like, they did an incredible job. Shout out to ASAP Ferg, Set Free, everybody, you know what I mean? So I was very, very grateful to be a part of that. That right there was the pinnacle for me.
I had a mixture of emotions when I seen that photo between pride and we may not get him back. We thought, oh no, if he gets to the Times, he may not come back. We are glad you are back. Yep. We are glad wherever you are around the country that you are back. Hashtag NBL Overtime to get involved. And we're going to start with the biggest storylines because the Blitz is well and truly underway. And Liam, I'm going to kickstart it with you, man. What's the biggest storyline right now?
Tasmania Jack Jumpers. For me, we're midway through the Blitz. It's been great to see them out on the floor for the first time. And I enjoyed this. Josh Adams.
Oh, my goodness.
With the lefty leaner from the free throw line, just announcing himself and the team to the entire state of Tasmania and the Majet-Magnay combination. Got a little teaser of that in the first half the other day, and that's going to be fun to watch. Majet is the perfect point guard. And Magnay looks like exactly how we wanted him to look coming in to the preseason. Mikhail McIntosh off the bench. I like this import trio and how that's all going to work. And as I say, Josh Majet, he's going to lead the league in assists. Okay, we can bank that as he sets up the big fella and as he finds the shooters, because they've got a lot of shooters, Steindl and Mikhailovsky when he finds his feet. But I also like the fact that he can knock it in. He can keep the defense honest. You slip underneath or you give him a bit of space, he's going to put it in. So I like the fact that they have shown they're going to be competitive. I still don't think that they're going to make a whole heap of noise in terms of making the finals or anything, but they've been the biggest storyline out of the Blitz for me.
Now, I don't know if he's going to lead the league in assists. There's a guy up in far north Queensland that reigns supreme. So, he's looked like a great fit to me. I saw a little bit of the games, and I'm just glad Will Magnay is healthy because he has a point to prove, and we saw him in limited minutes, and he looked impressive. I'm really excited. Shout out to Colorado. That import, Josh Adams, is no joke, and he's all business. I love the fact that he's come out aggressive, putting a stamp on early, letting you know how usual traditional imports usually come in. I'm going to let you know I'm going to be a main focal point on this team, offensively and defensively, and I'm coming to make it happen. So I look forward to seeing them. And like you said, they're going to be exciting to watch.
Is it MVP Magnay?
It's still Bryce Cotton's. Listen, this is Bryce Cotton's
Come on, man.
Hang on.
This is Bryce Cotton's lead.
Well, this is
but they're in trouble.
Hang on. Hold that thought for one second. Let me go first. My biggest storyline is Lamar Patterson. Okay. Two-time first-team All-NBL last year. And I think sometimes we focus, and not just us, but a lot of people focus on the conditioning or how someone may look and sort of shy away from what they were able to do on the court. Last year, he had his issues, and a lot of that was injury-related. I get that. Got himself in great shape. Not sure if that was his decision or the Bullets hierarchy, maybe a combination of both. He stayed here, played NBL 1, was great, got himself working. Looks like the Lamar Patterson that is going to be ready to go from opening night, which hasn't always been the case, even when he has been, at the end of the year, judged to be in the top 5 players in the game. But Lamar Patterson, for me, I cannot wait.
I think that's a good call. We've seen some things just in this highlight reel that he wasn't able to do last season. He wasn't able to get in the passing lane. And he wasn't able to get up off the floor and throw it down in transition and get ahead of the pack. And he wasn't able to, as much, beat guys off the dribble, get a shoulder past the defender and get himself to the rim. So I think Lamar Patterson, looking fitter, playing more like what we know he can do, changes things for the Bullets.
And coming off Sobey's last 12 months, last 18 months, goes to that next level in the NBL, forces his way into the Olympics, has the confidence of a bronze medal around his neck. That's going to be a nice 1-2 start for the Bullets.
You know what he's been doing, Lamar Patterson? He's been training so he can look good naked.
Well, it's working.
And I tell you this right now, he better be. He owes. Lamar Patterson, I hope you hear me. I posted you on my page the other day, tagged and at you. Super talented player. But last year you disrespected the game. And as a result of that, you look bad. It was a real bad look. So I'm glad, we're all glad, that you did the right thing by playing NBL 1 and playing yourself back into shape. So I expect you to ball out every game. Good luck.
Dear Red Army.
Oh, my goodness.
Fire away.
All right.
You first.
All right, here's my thing. Every year I've said this, right? But this year, there is pressure on you. A lot of your key players are gone. They went down to Sydney. Some went down to Tasmania. Half the team pretty much went to Tasmania.
No one went
right?
to Sydney.
What's up?
We had one who didn't play.
Wani, where's Wani?
Yeah, he's
a key player?
Yeah,
Where's Wani, though?
Well, he's at Sydney. I'm not sure he's a key player.
You said key player.
Key. My bad, Wani. My bad, y'all. But Wani went there, right? Half the other players went, they're in Tasmania, right? You got a new coach, new system. Your head coach, shout out to Gleason in T-Dot in Toronto, right? That's almost, to me, it's equivalent to like Belichick and Brady splitting, okay? Mm-hmm. Is it because of Belichick, this team, the Patriots, were that great, or was it because of Brady, right? So the coach is gone. The most successful coach present day in the NBL outside of Gorge, right? Mm-hmm. The run that Gleason had has been remarkable. Can they continue the streak to get to the finals? This team does not look good. I'm not impressed. This is going to be the biggest challenge. And this is hard to say that because the biggest challenge, obviously, was to win another championship back-to-back, right? But with the system completely gone and different players and a new coach, Scott Morrison, good luck, Scott Morrison. You got a lot of pressure coming into trying to fill the shoes of the great Trevor Gleason. I don't think they're making finals.
Hashtag NBL Overtime.
I do not think they're making finals.
By this man, we know you're not because
and on top of it, my bad, on top of it, here's why Perth always has the cushion. How many home games they always get at home consecutively in the first half of the year?
They get a few.
1 million. So it's easy to almost control that because you banking wins early at home. So when you get on the road, and usually, a lot of teams, when they're on the road, it's very difficult to get road wins. But they struggle a little bit, and then at the end, they pick it back up. But they bank so many wins early at home, it gives them a cushion towards the end of the year. They're not going to have that luxury this year. I want to see what you're really about.
I love the fact that both of you have already put out your top 4, so we just have a quick glance at that. I held on to mine. I'm waiting until next week till I get mine going. But you have not got them in. Have you got them in the 4?
Of course.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Come on, mate.
You've got them on top, which
Why is that? No necessary order, but
okay,
they're the way too early top 4 predictions from a few weeks ago.
But isn't
from what I've
August.
it was very early.
It was a little early, but I like.
Our man was still in the States, hanging with the doc.
We're going to hold him. We're going to hold him forward.
Corey was still hanging with the doc, but I got to be honest. I've seen nothing in pre-season that makes me change what I see there. But I do find it interesting you don't have the Wildcats. I mean, I know you haven't been here for all 35 of these years, but I have been. Now, I learned a valuable lesson last year. They're in. Okay, there will be some teething problems and some growing pains, but the Wildcats will make.
And I think a little bit of what we have seen, well, we haven't set the world on fire in Blitz, but I am for everyone who knows, and I've said this before, I care little to pre-season form. It never translates in my mind. Their coach only half the team only met the coach on day one of their first Blitz game. So there is going to be a transition period, and we've got a very interesting fixture for them due to the border restrictions. Mm-hmm. But they're making the four. And a lot of what you just said about Gleeson and Bryce Cotton, is it Belichick, is it I understand that. But you still think Cotton's going to be MVP, right?
This is his league. I've learned that lesson.
Then how have you not learned both lessons?
Because, man, the supporting cast, like Luke Travers, shout out to LT, he showed us a great deal in the semifinals, right? But now, can he consistently do it? Clint Steiner's gone. Mm-hmm. This is a great opportunity for him to step up and show us consistently what he's about, right? Everybody else is a year older, right? Will they be able to do it?
Well, they are going to have a few guys have better years than they have had previously. So Matt Hodgson, he's a Perth Wildcat now. We saw it with Todd Blanchfield last year. You come into that organisation, you step it up. Haven't been impressed with him thus far in pre-season. Michael Frazier, we're still kind of getting to know him. He needs to step up and be a big factor for them. A guy like Corey Shervill. You talk about Clint Steindl, still a development player, but he needs to have a big year. And Mitch Norton, he's not healthy. There's a lot of question marks around this team as we gear towards opening night.
No doubt. I still think they'll be there.
Me too.
Hey, Next Stars. Next Stars and Young Imports. And we have seen this Next Stars program. It might have tinkered and tweaked and changed a little bit from when it was first brought in. But these young superstars we are seeing right now, man, you can start, Liam. Who has most impressed you? And that's a very hard question, keeping in mind Jessup is still here. Mojave King, although he looked great in last year's pre-season, looked good again at Adelaide. Talk to me, man. Who right now is your pick of the Next Stars or Young Import?
That's a good question because for me, outside of the Jack Jumpers, you guys went in different directions, but this has been the other big storyline for me coming out of the Blitz is the play of these young, talented Next Stars. And I'm going to say Ousmane Dieng.
Yeah.
And it's nice. His highlights are playing right now because he was really impressive, especially in this game against the Phoenix. Tom Abercrombie's gone down. They didn't have Jeremiah Martin in this game, so he had more playmaking opportunities, and he took advantage. Showed his ability to put it on the deck, get to the rim, snake past the defense. 6'10", long, athletic. It's very hard to stop him when he gets that close to the rim, but also the playmaking, the right-hand whip pass to the corner. And I've also been really impressed with Hugo Besson. Not technically a Next Star. 24 points against the Phoenix. He's been outstanding.
So just on New Zealand, and of course the news that came out yesterday. Wow. Oh, jeez. The news that came out yesterday with Tom Abercrombie is going to be sidelined for 6 weeks with the side strain. But this New Zealand team, they really put well together. You mentioned Besson, Dieng, Finn Delaney, double clutch off the glass. Not certain how many of those he'll make, but he's going to be able to stand up as well. Of course, we've seen Yanni Wetzel after sitting out the first game. This is a team, Peyton Siva starting to ease himself into it. And it's a team, I don't know why I have this feeling about them, but he loves a shot, this kid, and I like him.
He's a bucket.
Go. He is a bucket. Someone said to me he's Chris Golding Jr. Mm-hmm. And I was like, yeah, I actually don't mind that comparison. But what I do like, as we look at Brisbane, just quickly on New Zealand, they have a different feel about them this year. I don't know if the fact that they know they're going to go back to New Zealand, have home games earlier at some point due to the way the world has changed, when last year they didn't know what was going on. But, hey good God. The confidence of these kids, Homicide, is New Zealand, big shout out, love you. I like the way you're going about it. But the confidence of these Next Stars, they know they have to come in and play a role straight up. They're not just kids who are going to sit on the bench and develop. They're kids who are going to have huge parts of these teams' success.
Let me tell you what I love about, everything you just said is right. Everything you said, I agree with you as well, Liam.
Thank you.
What's beautiful, again, about this Next Stars initiative that was created is the world now knows and understands what this league is about. And these young kids, because they are kids, coming in here, getting this opportunity, and it's literally developed them in several months, and they are now NBA ready. And they're going on these courts, putting on. You know what I mean? You have case studies and you have examples like, look at what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
These are babies doing their thing.
Yep.
And, shout out to all of them. Good luck to all of them. And I'm just happy that the Next Stars initiative has grown in the manner that it's grown. Like, think about this. G League Ignite created to stop players from coming to Australia. No other reason.
None.
We got to stop our kids, our babies, from going to another country and rocking out. Adam Silver's like, no, we're done. We don't even mention where they played when they get drafted. That's respect when idols become rivals. Then the other one, Overtime Elite, right? But let me tell you why our league is official. We're proven. You know what I'm saying? Time and time again. You can stop them all you want to. You ain't stopping everybody, and then we went global with it. All right, you stopped the Americans, that's cool. Now we in what, Philippines? China? Russia? You know what I'm saying? France? So it's like, you can't stop the real. That's just what my point is. Shout out to the Next Star Initiative, yo.
Love it. And you mentioned that the rules being changed, G League in particular, and certain ways around possibly college eligibility going forward. It hasn't stopped. In fact, it's parlayed. Like we all thought, or I thought, well, when they start to tweak the rules in the States, it'll probably stop some of these talented young kids coming here. We've never had greater depth of these kids, and I can't wait for it. You know what else I can't wait for?
What's that?
Every Tuesday night, we're unveiling Liam Santamaria's power rankings, where essentially it's really just an invitation for people to abuse Liam, and I'm all for it. So take it away, Liam. Explain what's going on.
Well, these are the power rankings, right? They don't correlate to the ladder necessarily, your win-loss record. The Adelaide 36ers, well, they're 3-0, but I'm sorry, they're 7th on the power rankings. Because this represents your form, your injuries, your strength of schedule, just how you're looking right now. If you're going to play a team tomorrow, this is the order that you kind of don't want to play. You don't want to be playing the Illawarra Hawks.
No.
Not tomorrow, not all season long. They're legit. Southeast Melbourne Phoenix have been impressive. New Zealand Breakers are going after wins right now in the pre-season in order to build some momentum. So the Perth doesn't represent where I think they'll finish. I think Melbourne and Perth both making the finals. Right now, that's where everyone sits on the power rankings.
Oh, let's start with Adelaide, though, because they're a little lower on the power rankings. They are atop the Blitz, of course, the Blitz ladder, and CJ Bruton's got them playing nicely. What have you made of them?
Look, they've been okay. 3-0, sure. They're in the weaker side of things down there in Tassie right now. Okay, the groups that have been in Melbourne and that are making their way a little bit to Illawarra in the next little bit, I've got them as a bit of a stronger group than what's been happening in Tassie. And Adelaide have been, banking wins along the way and getting everyone up and about. They've brought Dusty Hannahs into the mix. He's finding his feet. I love his confidence. Daniel Johnson's looked good. I've liked Mojave King, especially what he did the other day. Isaac Humphries is still working his way back into full health. Todd Withers hasn't really shown a lot just yet. And look, to be honest, in this game against the Jack Jumpers, they were getting whacked.
Yeah.
And if Will Magnay had have had unlimited run and had to come out in the second half, that'd have gone down by double digits. So look, good start for CJ Bruton and this new look Adelaide 36ers team, but I'm still a little unconvinced. They've beaten Cairns, Perth, while they're still trying to find themselves, and an unconvincing win over this Tasmanian team. So they've still got a bit to show me, the 36ers.
Homicide, 12 months ago we sat here and was raving about Mojave King. Cairns pre-season, he's putting up numbers, we're losing our mind, and the season, for probably a million different reasons, didn't work out that way. Changes teams, we are seeing similar, in particular in that game against Tasmania. Have you got more confidence this year we'll see a much improved Mojave King, or are we just jumping in again for the same reasons we did last year?
No, I think we'll have, he'll be a much improved product on the court. I think he'll learn from last season. Also, he got limited opportunity, but he also, like we all at night, you got to look at yourself in the mirror. Yeah. Where could I have been better? So as long as he continues to capitalize and the coach gives him confidence, I have no reason to believe that he will not only be better, but get out of here.
Have you seen much of Melbourne?
I'm not impressed. I am not impressed. They're another team. Changes will be made early. Don't worry about that.
Hold on.
Hang on.
Changes will be made. I know it's preseason, but I don't have any word of anything, but I'm not impressed. They don't look good. They don't.
So when you say change, who do you think will be the change?
I mean, it's always imports, man. You don't look good.
Well, they've only got one.
Well, that's also true.
Joe Luala Jr.
Yeah.
He is going to have a chance. He plays well, right? Remember last year he played well alongside Jock with limited minutes and put on. He's going to still have the green light, right?
He's got a double green light from early indications.
So I believe he's going to take full advantage of this, and he will have a chance to get to the NBA based off how he plays this year. Coach going to give him the ball. Everybody knows when he gets the ball, he's going to do his thing.
Yeah.
He's going to have a hell of an opportunity to get a chance to get to the NBA this year.
So last year he was the captain of the All Green Light team. He's now the coach, and he's also the first inductee into the Hall of Fame. And good on him, because every time he does something positive happens.
Yeah, he's earned that opportunity. They're making the focus of their offense right from the opening tip, and I'm here for it. That was an interesting drive-by on Caleb Picard. Just quietly. I feel like, yeah, he was underwhelming early on. Their first hit out for sure, but I think he's starting to show some things. I like his energy up the floor defensively, getting after it a little bit like that, starting to find a little bit more of a flow and a rhythm offensively. I mentioned on the broadcast the other day, I wouldn't hate the idea of bringing him off the bench. They don't have scoring punch off the bench right now. Huck Porty is going to bring that, I think, over the course of the season. But on the perimeter, I wouldn't be surprised if they tinker with that at some point as we go along. But this team will be fine. Dean Vickerman's an unbelievable coach. Chris Golding's a superstar. They've got the pieces and the experience to be a really tough beat all season long.
All right. Now, we spoke last year at different times. We spoke about Sydney and how well they played with so many injuries. And then Luzada obviously leaves to go to the NBA, and they had a disrupted run of it and still nearly made the playoffs. They've got injuries already in the preseason.
Yeah,
now, it is the preseason, so it is technically, as I touch wood for them, the best time to have it. But what have you made of Sydney? I'll go to you, Liam, because I know you've done a few of their games.
Yeah, they're must-watch TV. Absolutely. Cannot wait to watch them with their full group on the floor. Xavier Cook's going to have an enormous year.
Yeah.
Yes,
Please stay healthy, Xavier Cooks. My goodness, in this Chase Buford system, tailor-made for the Sean Marion of the NBL, and they are just ridiculously high octane. They're a chance to set records for pace of play this season. Jalen Adams also came out and just teased what a superstar he's going to be. I'm hitching my wagon to the Jalen Adams train. Don't worry about that. So they've got to bring RJ Hunter back into the mix. Jordan Hunter's out for a little while with a fractured finger, and they've got to get Makua Maker going as well. But look, the signs have been fun and exciting for them so far in the preseason.
DJ still to come back. Did you mention DJ?
Yeah, around Christmas time, New Year.
And we talk about Angus Glover as well, who's looked amazing.
This guy, I tell you,
He just hooping.
all NBL first team.
He just hooping.
You know what? I'll go one step further.
Come on.
Hang on.
There's only one more step.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, the MVP plays for this team.
Yeah, and Xavier Cooks?
It's either Xavier Cooks or Jarrell Martin. One of them's going to have the MVP type season.
Jeez, you're overlooking Jalen Adams. He's going to be...
Oh, I love Jalen Adams. I'm not against Jalen Adams at all. I'm simply saying one of those big men will be the
Those
MVP.
three...
I'm going to flip a coin before prediction night, because I do mine right before the season, not in the middle of June when you guys drop it. But Cooks and Martin for me are going to be... One of them will be the MVP, I think.
Tell him I got him in my top 4.
Yeah, I think they're going to be good. They're going to be fun to watch, which is you can be fun and you win. That's the perfect storm.
They've just got to stay healthy. I mean, they're the team out there that they're the load management team. They're the high performance team, and they're the minutes restriction team. But at the same time, they've had so many injuries over the past couple of years that have held them back.
History, unfortunately, repeats sometimes in sport in these type of situations as well. Hashtag NBL Overtime to get involved. Hit us up at NBL. I got a prediction.
Well, I'm not surprised.
I actually this is going to be one of the closest NBL seasons of all time. I think legitimately you got 8 teams who right now could probably think they could win the championship. And I am not going to... I don't know about Tasmania and Cairns from where I sit, but I think they're not going to be putrid, but I think from a championship contender, I reckon there's 8 of them, okay? So I'm going to give a big shout out. ESPN will be doing backflips because we're going to see the maximum amount of games. So we're going to see the regular season, then we're going to see 3-game NBL semi-final series, go to Game 3, and then Game 5 of the NBL Grand Final, 5 games. And I don't know when the last time that actually happened was. I was trying to think the other day, but I couldn't.
Jeez, there's a lot of water to go on.
I'm telling you, that's how close this season is going to be. And I think it's going to be one of the should we have a wildcard game? Of course we should. I came up with the idea. Kamish, come on. But yeah, I think this season's going to be incredibly close, and I think that's exciting that every single team goes into the season ready to have a real crack at hoisting that trophy.
It's going to be extremely close. And I like the fact, and I've spoken about this recently, I like the fact that we're going into the year without just an out-and-out championship favourite.
Yeah.
Like, who is it? I mean, the bookies, as they try to put it together, whoever they put at the top spot, we can mock because there's 4 or 5, as you say, you think there's 8 other teams that could be in that mix. Last year was Melbourne United's title to win. They went ahead and won it. It's not like that this year.
The bookies, what are we, 1975? I don't mind that. All right, hey.
What is it?
I don't know, it's bookies, I suppose.
Experts.
Corporates, I don't know.
You spent the whole off-season talking about bookies. What are you talking about?
It was a nice spring. Hey, NBL Fantasy. Now, do you traditionally play it?
I'm the worst guy at it.
Yeah,
but
I know.
The first person I would probably take maybe is like a Will Magnay.
Okay. Who are you going to take? Because you're huge, of course. Have a look at fantasy there. Your man, Tommy Hirsch, does a great job via the NBL socials as well. Now, did you win it a couple of years ago or finish second?
Come on, man. You know how it goes.
Yeah, okay. So you won it and then you put in a complaint that you weren't allowed to win it. Is that true?
You put in the complaint, but I appreciated it.
Under your urgings. Who's the first person for you?
Probably Josh Majette.
Okay.
To be honest, at the point guard spot, he's going to throw a whole bunch of dimes. He can score. He's going to get some assists. Some steals. I like him.
The best thing about this, and I've actually spoken to a couple of Tasmanians who aren't particularly huge basketball fans prior to this. Man, that joint's rocking. Now, pre-season isn't always a place where, and it's a little bit different when you've got a team that debuts, but they have already said, it's a credit to the NBL and the Jack Jumpers and everyone who puts on the product. They're like, we're in and out in 2 hours. Something's happening the whole time. The kids are losing their mind because they can win stuff and they get close and you're up close and personal, unlike in the AFL or cricket where, obviously the size of the arena is a lot different. But, man, that joint is going to be must-see. Must-see. We need to get down there at some point. We were down there for the Blitz 2 years ago. We need to get down there to a game, the 3 of us, for sure.
I mean, that's my favorite team.
Well, you're number 1 ticket holder, aren't you?
You know the
Did you
deal.
get that?
You know the deal.
Did you officially get that or you just unofficial?
I didn't. Unofficial.
Okay. No, that's all right. I'm unofficial number 1 ticket holder for about 8 clubs around the country, so I feel you.
Do you think they'll be in the mix? Like, can they do enough to kind of be on the playoff bubble?
They'll be on the bubble. If there's a wild card game, I'd have them.
Is that right?
Yep.
Really?
I would have them.
Okay, well, there should be.
Will Magnay is going to be huge this year.
I agree.
You know where he wants to get back to.
So
he has to be that impactful.
So do Perth finish below them this year, do you think?
I can't say that.
Well, you have to.
I can't say that.
But if I had a wildcard game, it would be 4v5. You don't believe Perth will make the 4, which means
I'm
technically
just doing the calculation.
they'll be below Tassie.
I'll say, I don't know.
What? You're going to sit on the fence?
Guy, but I'm just trying to.
Man, the Red Army's coming for you already on Twitter. You may as well just really
No. Perth had just finished. I think Perth would probably be like 5th.
Okay, hey, the good news about this is, and Red Army, we want you to, once you've finished trying to deal with homicide, we want you to tell us what you want to see from overtime this year. It's a little bit of a different year because the border restrictions are opening. We are able to travel a little bit, either individually or as a team. So make sure you let us know at NBL, hashtag NBL Overtime, to get back involved and tell us what you want to see over the course of NBL 22. I can tell you this.
Cardigans.
Certainly, but also yes or no will be back.
Okay. Nice.
Bigger and better. Hopefully without lawsuits.
I'm hearing our man's got something up his sleeve as well.
What do you got for us?
I don't know what Liam is referring to.
Okay, all right, okay.
Yes, you do. Look at that.
I want to give a shout out to Overseas Fits. This is an Instagram page that they highlight international hoopers, and they do a great job. So make sure you put us on the show, fam.
When I say up your sleeve, I mean like, metaphorically.
I know.
I'm not actually talking about your clothes.
No, I just had to give a shout out. I need to get on there, baby.
Are you bringing back your fashionista segment again that we had for a couple of weeks?
Nah.
That's not coming back.
That kind of, like,
Is Sanders watching going to make an appearance, or are we going to tweet?
Of course, Santa's watching. Got to be making.
I might. Do you know what? Cam might be watching this season.
Yeah, you're going to handball it. Mm-hmm. Okay, we'll talk a little more about that. The power rankings are back, so they're back now. Power rankings are back, right?
Lock it in. They'll unveil them on Tuesday nights on NBL Overtime, and then we'll roll them out on the NBL website on Wednesday morning.
Beautifully done. We are back, and we couldn't be any more excited. NBL 22, we're 10 days away. What a huge opener it's going to be. Do you know what the motto is this year?
No.
You should. You did the ad. Next level.
Oh, I thought you had something else like our.
Hashtag NBL Overtime to get involved at NBL. We can't wait. We're back. The NBL's back. Hey, look at that. The Skyhook's back. See ya.